In this video, I want to talk about the potential disqualification of Mr. Justice Mellor in the Copa v. Wright case here at the coming up contempt hearing, and kind of break it down. So, all right, so there's a standard actually that Mr. Justice Mellor was so kind enough to put in his written approved judgment that just came out last week, which is under what's called Business Mortgage Finance for PLC versus Hussein 2022. And it's a fair-minded and informed observer test. Well, like a regular person who is not hypersensitive, who is just an observer of the overall court case and situation, and kind of takes a look at all the facts that's happened over the last, basically year in the case, and they make an assessment. And, and I want to kind of break down, in this video, I just want to break that down. So, and some of the things that I'm seeing. So, and first of all, there's a duty that a judge has, under this test or just any common law test to disclose things to the parties. For example, let me give you a very specific example about this particular case. What's come out now is that in Mellor's ruling, in his oral statement, he said, first of all, that he went to a Copa event. Later, he changed it to a union IP event in writing, and he explained all that. But then at the oral hearing, it was a Copa event. The Copa event mistake caused a major amount of huge skepticism and bias because you're thinking that he went to a Copa event. In his mind, he's thinking he went to a Copa event. That's a major problem, even if it was just a mistake. Later on, he's written out in very great detail. It was a union IP event. The other thing is Mellor's oral statement at the contempt scheduling hearing saying that he didn't remember talking to Mr. Pierce about Bitcoin at all in 2023. Not at all. And then in the written judgment, he's gone into great detail about explaining things that he discussed with Mr. Pierce, including talking about Bitcoin and receiving Bitcoin-related materials. It's inappropriate. It was basically his inappropriate communication channels that he left open with Mr. Pierce as an intermediary and a very admitted biased party towards Craig Wright. It's just a complete system. It represented a complete systematic failure of disclosure to the parties of the court during trial, and a massive amount of prejudice to Dr. Wright. On the grounds that Judge Mellor, in his judgment, approved judgment, he admitted that he recognized Mr. Pierce in the courtroom. Okay? And he admitted this way later. Now, after the judgment. All this is happening and coming out later now. But none of it, this should have all been notified at the very beginning. When he got the case, he sees Mr. Pierce at trial. Oh, there's the guy, Mr. Pierce, Tufty the cat. There he is in court. Hey, how you doing, sir? I wanted to let everybody know that me and Mr. Pierce, we went to dinner last year. We did talk about Bitcoin. I had already been assigned the case and just disclosed whatever the facts were at that time, just to flush it out. He saw him in the courtroom. He had a duty to notify the parties at that time. And then the parties, Dr. Wright, if so, would have had the opportunity to say, you know what? I want you to recuse yourself. I want a different judge. I do object to that. But that wasn't done. And Justice Mellor has now admitted that in his approved judgment that he did see Mr. Pierce in the courtroom. And that now he did talk to Mr. Pierce in 2023. And that they did talk about Bitcoin. But he failed to mention it orally at the contempt hearing. So we've got a complete lack of candor by Justice Mellor, where he's wavering now in his position. Now I'm done with looking at this as I'm looking at this as a non-hypersensitive, very informed observer. These are the facts I'm seeing, and I've read and analyzed all these documents, the approved judgment, the oral statement at the contempt scheduling hearing, just watching the trial every single day that I reported on it with 23 days and all my videos and the playlist you could check out. I'll put a link here at the end. You could watch the playlist of the videos. And then Justice Miller's just evolving. I would say a good way to put it is like his evolving recollections of the meetings with Mr. Pierce and what they discussed. Because at the hearing, they didn't discuss any Bitcoin. Now all of a sudden he's evolving. He's remembering, oh yeah, we did discuss Bitcoin. In fact, yeah, we did. Oh, and by the way, I saw him in the courtroom too. And then I came up to him later at the event. He says in his approved judgment, "Hey, Mr. Pierce, how you been? Good to see you again. How's that court case doing? Adam Back wants to know, how's everything going?" You know, this is like the conversation they're having, and who knows what else. Then they take that photo outside of the event, which is on the petition. You know, you got Mr. Pierce and the judge talking outside. So, you know, this is just it's a high profile case. Everybody's kind of curious. Oh, the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto is at stake. And we've got this judge who is now mingling with a very admittedly biased party, Mr. Pierce, who's been on my show and said he's been admittedly biased, and who's now been talking with the judge beginning in 2023 when he was assigned the case. And the point being now that the appellate judge, Judge Arnold, is saying, well, it's too late. You know, it's too late. Should have done it sooner. That's not, it's too late because Justice Mellor failed to disclose these things. It shouldn't be coming out now, later, like that, oh, by the way, now Judge Mellor is admitting all this stuff now. It's too late for him to be admitting this. He should have disclosed these facts at trial and given Dr. Wright the opportunity to say, I object. I want a different judge. I believe that, you know, you've received too much information about Bitcoin. You got all these books. You met Mr. Pierce. You talked to him. You went to this Copa event. All these things should have been disclosed and said, you know what? Yeah, I want to get a different judge. That's what due process is all about. And Justice Mellor failed to give that opportunity to Dr. Wright. Therefore, you know, he's got a duty to recuse. And if he doesn't recuse, I think he's going to be in a challenging position. So we'll see what Dr. Wright does for the contempt scheduling hearing on the 18th. It's kind of a roll of the dice right now. Is he going to motion the court to disqualify itself? Is he going to go to the hearing and challenge the judge? I mean, what's he going to do? We you know, these are kind of the interesting parts because he's kind of lurking there in the background. We don't really know what he's doing. He doesn't have an attorney. Does he have an attorney? Does he not have an attorney? Is he going to go in there by himself? What's going to happen? Is he going to go to jail? Well, the judge said he wasn't going to go to jail at the last hearing. So at least that's what Mellor said. And now if Dr. Wright does, in fact, do this challenge the judge based upon these facts, saying, hey, you know, I wanted to get notice of this, judge. Why didn't you tell me about all this stuff? I should have had an opportunity. Maybe you don't think it's a big deal, but I do. I do think it's a big deal, you know, that you are meeting with the attorney and talking about Bitcoin. And he hates me, this guy. He could say, this guy hates me. You know, he doesn't like me at all. He hates me. So, you know, you talking with him, mingling with him, I mean, I don't like that. And I don't like the fact that he had Adam Back, you know, talking with you about Adam Back, who's a board member of Copa and also a witness in the case. These are all things that are coming out later that, again, the Adam Back conversation was after trial. I get that. But still, Mellor saw Tufty, David Pierce, in the courtroom at trial. He's admitted that in the judgment. He saw him. Oh, there he was in the courtroom. Right there, he should have stopped and said, guys, I want to just raise everybody's attention. I know Mr. Pierce here in this courtroom. We've been to some events together. We had dinner together. We had a good, you know, we talked about Bitcoin together. He gave me some books. Whatever happened, I didn't read the books. I read the books. I didn't read these books. We talked about Craig Wright. We didn't talk, but whatever. He should have said it at that time, not now at the written judgment. All right? And it's too late for the candor to come out now and say, oh yeah, this all happened. Judge Mellor should have said that, and it's too late. And because of that, he needs to recuse. All right? That's what I am calling for, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be an exciting time. I'm freaking all over this thing, and I freaking love the freaking fireworks right now. People who think it's over, you're crying. It ain't over till it's over, man. I'll tell you right now, something could happen. We'll see if that judge recuses on the 18th. If he's challenged, probably. I think Craig is going to, I don't know. I really don't know, but there's a lot of exciting things that could be happening. So stay tuned. I'll be following the case, and I'll be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, And, check out a playlist if you want to watch some of the trial videos that I've done or any of the videos regarding this massive Satoshi identity trial hearing. And to all the haters, the people who absolutely are holding BTC, I wish you congratulations. All the people who are Mr. Pierce and company who are holding BTC, they're hodlers. I send a sincere and genuine, heartfelt congratulations for you guys reaching the $100,000 BTC mark on Bitcoin. And even though it's likely passing it off in the name Bitcoin, and it isn't Bitcoin, it likely isn't according to the new court case, but still, you got iron claws. I applaud you. I admire you. I look up to you. I'm absolutely, I'm in awe of you for the courage that you guys have to actually hold the BTC all the way to 100,000. I'm like in awe, the bravery and the courage. So please take my sincere courage and that's, and I hope that you can return it in kind, because I mean that, for all you guys who did that. So don't think I'm hating on you. I'm not. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. I wish I had that type of courage to be able to hold on to BTC all the way to 100 grand. That's just incredible. Wow. After all the things all the things I've seen, so anyways, congratulations to all you guys and who are supporting BTC. Either way, my name is Gavin, and I will see you at the freaking top and at the court hearing on the 18th coming up, man. It's gonna be big. Later.